Good morning, everybody. Alaska Dad, and what are we doing today? Well, we got our chain and binder rack in today, so we're going to go ahead and mount that. If you have any questions or something specific that you'd like to talk about or something you want me to make a video about, go ahead and email me at alaskadad24@gmail.com. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get into it. Okay, so we got our chain and binder rack in today. I got this off of Amazon. It's built by Star Fabrication. Their website is www.starfab.net, and I'll post a link to this product in my video. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so this is Star Components Manufacturing, starfab.net. The quality of the product looks really good. You know, it's a lot heavier, beefier than I thought it was going to be. The diamond plate looks good. It shouldn't be any problem mounting this to the trailer there. So, as you can see, the back of it. So this is the back right here. This will mount up on the back side of the backside of the gooseneck there. I'm going to build some mounts with some angle iron. Lid opens up, and basically what happens is you take these chains, take a chain, you hook it in here, and then you hook your binders in, and then you can close this and lock it, and it keeps people from stealing your stuff. So yeah, looks good. I'm already pleased with it. So we will go ahead and mount it up. It's a little bit chilly out here today, so I will probably take a moment and go put a hoodie on because I'm shivering. It's cold. Okay, so here we are. This is where we're going to mount the chain and binder rack. But I wanted to show you this. I mounted the toolbox yesterday. I tried to film it, but I was having some very serious technical issues with my camera and my audio. So I hung it. Inside, I've got straps, hammer, the stuff that I'm going to need for the trailer. Yeah, so today, and the box is not bad. I mean, it's pretty good. I paid less than $100 for it on Amazon. It's fairly thin metal, so I'm assuming at the end of the summer I'm going to have to replace it with a more sturdy, more beefy box. But it will get me through the summer, and that's really all I need it for this year. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this chain mount, chain and binder rack, and we're going to mount it right up here. Now, what I'm more than likely going to have to do is fabricate some hangers out of angle iron here. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to notch out part of the angle iron, get it up here, tack it, weld it in place, and then that is what I'm going to bolt to the back of the chain rack. I really don't want to weld it up there just because. So I'm going to fabricate some mounting brackets out of this. I'll tack these up there, and then we'll go. So when we hang it, it will hang right here. Room. We'll see. We'll get into it. Okay, so I have decided how I'm going to do this. I am going to cut a 28-inch piece of this flat bar. I'm going to drill 4 holes in it. I'm going to screw this onto the flat bar. I'm going to take this angle iron I'm going to cut 7-ish inch chunks of this angle iron out. I'm going to weld it to the flat bar, and then I'm going to weld it up to the cross piece right there on the gooseneck. The more I looked at it, the more I decided, well, I should probably build a fairly sturdy mounting system for this, because like in one of my other videos, I was talking about chain and how much it weighs. Each section of this 3-inch grade 70 chain weighs 33 pounds. I got 4 sections of chain and 4 binders, and I'm not sure how much the binders weigh, maybe, I don't know, 5 to 8 pounds a piece. Hanging dead weight is not too big of an issue, but as the trailer bounces down the road, it's that jerking motion that causes things to break. So, like I told you in one of the other videos, my dad instilled into me to over-engineer things so they don't come apart when you really don't want them to come apart, and avoid embarrassment at all costs. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, let's get into it. Oh, I found my tape. It was in my office, right where it shouldn't have been, but that's where it was. All right, so did you know that in Alaska it is illegal to push a moose out of an airplane? Seriously. Don't ask me why somebody would push a moose out of an airplane. But apparently, at some point, somebody did, and they had to make a law about it. My assumption, and remember, assumption being the mother of all F-ups, is that people were dropping moose meat out of an airplane to people in remote villages or remote cabin or remote someplace, and somebody got hurt or something like that. So they're like, okay, we can't do that no more. All right, safety first. My grinder again, see? Plasma arc. They make these cool little smaller plasma arcs. Kind of like my little welder. I don't do that much welding. So the one I've got, my little Lincoln there, is perfect for just the stuff that I do around the house and the farm or for the truck. All right, now this can get out of the way. Now this is where it's going to get creative. I need to cut notches out of these. And the notches have got to be the thickness of that channel going underneath there. So hard to do with gloves on. They got to be You got to be able to see it. Inch and 5/8. Inch and 5/8. All right, so you see what I did. I cut this L out, and that's gonna pop right up here. I'll take you with me just to show you what my deer it is. So, it's a little bit too big. Son of a biscuit. No, it's not. I can fill that. I can fill that. But I have welds right there. See? So I gotta make darn sure. I might have to trim a smidgen off of the angle iron. I might have to trim just a smidgen off the angle iron to make up for the weld. Now, we're going to do the same thing with this one. Another reason why I want a plasma arc, you're trying to cut metal with a cutoff wheel. You got to be able to see your line, your cutting line. But sometimes to do that, you have to put your face in line with the disc, which is a bad idea, because if that disc comes apart, it's gonna unbeautify you. And I can't afford to be unbeautified. I don't have a whole lot of beautify in me. You like that word, beautify? That's all me. I made that up. It'll be in the dictionary here in a couple of years. Now. Now. This is going to go like this. Wow! Hot, hot. So, this is what I did. These two wings will mount up underneath there. I'm going to take you over there in a second. I'm going to try to hang this, mark it, and then I'll weld her up there. We'll be back. Okay, so I got my holes drilled. I got the holes drilled and I got bolts put in. So all I got to do is tighten it down, and then I can run this over to the front of the trailer and run over the front of the trailer and mock it up and measure it, make sure everything is where it needs to be, so I can weld it in place. We're going to mock this up, and I think the first thing we should probably do is grind off the paint up here. Yeah, let's do that first. You stay there. You stay there. You come up here. You there. You there. All right, now I'm gonna make sure that I'm lined up. Stay. You're not gonna stay. You're gonna be a Pilsky. Now stay. Woohoo. I'm gonna make sure it's centered before I start throwing welding wire at it. Yep, pretty close. Let's eyeball it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, now you gotta tack it. Tackety tack it. Now, before we go crazy with the weld, I've got to wire brush off the paint on this channel underneath. I forgot to do that. Guess what? I'm out of wire again. We're good. That opens. Now, the only other thing that I might end up doing that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to make some hooks to hook the chain on the back side of this. So I'll hook the chain hook there, another chain hook there, but then I'm gonna have an awful lot of dangling chain. So I might put a couple hooks in here so I can hang it up and tuck it in behind the bar. But let's do that just because we can. Okay, so I made these hooks. I made these hooks out of rebar. See? And I flattened the end. And I'm going to weld them back here behind the rack so the chains will hang in there. So yeah, let's do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. Hey, if you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Don't be afraid to email me at alaskadad24@gmail.com with any questions or comments you might have. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, so we're getting ready to mock this up. Gravity.